Tiger fans, Ben Rosenbaum here with head women's basketball coach Diane Richardson. Coach, coming off a big CAA win, 67-66 over the Tribe of William and Mary. That was a team that was at the top of the conference, undefeated, and you handed them their first conference loss.
Yeah, and it was really good. The girls played really hard and played throughout the entire game.
Mary Cuevas, 23 points, 14 rebounds, and interesting from her, you didn't start her. What was the mindset about not starting Mary that game?
Well, it was kind of a coach's decision because in the James Madison game, I didn't think that she put forth an effort that she's capable of doing. So we decided, Tess played much better than she did. So we decided to put Tess in the starting lineup. And I guess it worked.
And that seemed, I was going to say, that seemed to lit a spark under Mary, and she exploded for a big game. And it was a game of runs, especially that second quarter where both teams, you went on an 8-2 run, they go on a 6-0 run, and your team showed the ability to just not just swing back, but also land a lot of big shots and run. And we always talk about that second quarter, 5 points, 4 points. You have 24 points in that second quarter.
Right. And I think it's starting to click with them that, we have to play the entire game. And the outing against James Madison really showed us that.
Going into that Tribe game, everybody was talking about Abby Rendell. She can block shots, and you guys matched William and Mary in blocks 11-11. Rain Bankson with a huge block at the end of the game, blocking a three-pointer. Talk a little more about that defensive mentality. They really stuck to it that game, and they held one of the best teams, if not the best team in the conference, in check.
Well, before the game, we talked about our intense defense and how everybody had to play, and the onus was on Italia Vote early because she had to stop number 12. And if she was going to stop them, everybody else would have to stop their players as well. And they did that.
And turning to Friday night, taking on the UNCW Seahawks here inside CQ Arena. I was a senior in college the last time Towson beat UNCW. They're 0-4 right now. What's going to be the key? They're led by a handful of scorers, Madison Rocky, Lacey Suggs. They're kind of like you guys. They can really show that they can win a game, but they're just – there's times where they just don't hit rhythm. Yeah,
and we've got to come out again like we did at William and Mary and play the entire game. And thanks for putting pressure on me about us not ever beating them.
Well, you're right now you're 0-0 against them, so clean slate for you. And then 2 days later, you're on the road at Delaware, probably the second hardest place to play, the Bob Carpenter Center. Nicole Enabasi is good as anybody in the conference. What's going to be key to get a win at a tough Delaware and to really hold Enabasi in check?
Well, obviously we've got to help keep her in check, but we've got to have a balanced scoring attack and defense all around. They're playing really well today, and this week, and they've knocked off some big teams.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking some time for us. Feel better, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Thank you so much.
So, Tiger fans, January 12th at 7 o'clock, the Tigers welcome in UNCW. You can catch that game on TowsonTigers.com. And then on the 14th at 2 o'clock, Towson taking the trip to Delaware. I'll have the call on TowsonTigers.com starting at 1:45. For head coach Diane Richardson, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.